Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Tyrah-Bella, and today I'm going to be speaking to you about my personal experience with carrying out the COVID-19 test. Now, I had gone to a drive-through test centre and there was a mistake. They made a mistake, a big mistake. And it's crazy to think that so many months in, this mistake that I had to come across, my packet had to happen. But it did, and I'm glad it did, because I will voice my voice and let the wider world know that this happened. Now, I'm not doing this video to set any panic, especially during this uncertain time and this outrageous pandemic that we're all living through. Nobody needs no more panic or alarm in their life, okay? This video is simply to inform everybody to be a lot more vigilant when carrying out these tests. I hope everyone's been vigilant anyway, but if I share the mistake I came across, that might not have crossed a lot of people's minds. I know for a fact it didn't cross my mind. It was by chance that I came across this mistake. So here it goes. So I went to carry out my test yesterday. As I've said before, I went to a drive-through test centre in opposed to getting them ordered to my house to carry out as a home kit at home. These are the two options that they're giving you at the moment. So once I arrived there, the beginning, we just knew this is kind of going to be long-winded. I just know it's going to be long-winded. So we pull up to where the signs were saying testing centre. However, that wasn't the bit it was meant to be at. So the guy directed us to go back round on ourselves into the car park up the road in order to scan the QR code first before entering the test centre section. Right, okay, but you've got signs for the test centre. You couldn't just have a sign further up the road to say, okay, test centre, stop 1, or something as simple as that, just so that all cars can just go into that bit to begin with. Not a problem. We ended up going over to there. When we got there, the gentleman asked for a QR code. Now at this point we couldn't find no QR code because, as you may have read or heard, the site in which you book this through is very complicated, and this is from people that are on their phone all day. We're very technical. So not a lot phases us. However, this did. So we couldn't find a QR code. That was simply rectified by the gentleman typing in the registration of the car, asking for the name, date of birth, which matched up on the system, and then sending us on our way. So once he did that, we just explained, right, so yeah, that's fine. You can go, if you just follow the cones round, you'll be directed round back to the test centre. If you put your hazard on and leave them on until you get over there, then that would be fine. You can just do that. So it was like, okay then, great, thank you, cool. I've decided to then start recording this experience. I'm thinking, this is a once in a lifetime thing. Like, let me just record it. It'd be something to add to the memory box. So recording the car park, which I will probably put into the video clip here.
So now I need to come out. Yeah, I know over there. Well, no, because you have to go down and then look, it's going to be. I know, yeah, but the road plays to the left. Well, that's gone. Oh, he's going to direct you to see that joke. To do that, no, red light, big one. A red light. Oh, no, it's going to make a
come out on the ticket vibe.
And then, so I recorded the video, of the car park, of the first car park. Now, as you would have been able to see, I was in the passenger and all I could see was car park and cones. That's all I could see, car park and cones. So we ended up getting out, being directed round. So we stopped at the traffic light because the person that was coordinating traffic, you had to cross a traffic light, but it was a red light. So I was like, now we live in London and I know this borough don't take lightly on cancelling any tickets. Even if you're outside dying outside your car, they'll probably still ticket you and still want the payment, right? They do not let up on cancelling tickets for anything. So I said, no, let's just wait for the green man and then we can happily go around. So at this point, she's like stopped in the road and then she's beckoning us and we're like, well, the driver's like, it's like a red light. And then she's come over and as she's coming closer, she's like doing this. And at this point, I'm pulled myself up because I'm in the side, so I've pulled myself up to have a look at what she's doing. Bearing in mind, I've still got my phone in my hand and I'm holding on to the headrest at the back. So she's come straight round to the passenger side of my window and has gone, if you would have been able to hear that in the video, stop recording. I said, sorry. She's like, I can see you recording and you're not allowed to record. I said, wow. I said, oh, sorry, I didn't even know you're not allowed to record. She's like, yeah, there's signs back there where you've just come out of. I said, signs? I said, what signs? Where the passenger is able to read and clearly see. She's like, yeah, there's signs all there. I said, no. I said, there's no signs. There's no signs in my eye shot telling me I cannot record or photography is prohibited. So she then goes on to say, yeah, I can see it on Snapchat. That to me was just pointless because in fact, in which I did address her, I said, no, I'm actually on my camera phone. My phone camera, should I say? My phone camera. And she's like, yeah, whichever, you're not allowed to record. I said, no, because you just told me I'm on Snapchat. So you're not only talking to me, you're still trying to peer in the car and you're still getting it wrong. Because my phone, at this point, I'm still holding on and my phone's literally still in my hand. But because I've got the hook, I can put it through my finger. So my phone was actually facing her and it was unlocked. So you could see, if you had eyes in your head, you could see I was still on the camera thing, but nothing was activated at this point. So she's like, yeah. I said, right, okay. And then wind back up my window. She then went out and guided us round. Oh, literally, it's like literally 30 seconds from where she guided us round to the entrance of the test centre. By the time we got there, the gentleman stopped the car. Okay, we're thinking, okay, we're just probably waiting. Another car behind us goes past us and in. I thought, oh my gosh. I said, don't tell me they're going to blow this whole no camera thing out of proportion just because I corrected her and said, no, I'm actually on phone camera. I'm not on Snapchat. So then that wasn't the case. So we decided, we got let go and we literally like a few seconds later, and we went a short distance in and then we stopped again. And I thought, oh my gosh, these people are not for real right now. Everyone's on the radio thinking they're all important people on their radios. And then we sat there waiting, must have waited for like a minute now, and then we see a lady run across the car park in a little high vis, and she's come straight to the driver's side of the window and was like, you're not allowed to record in here. If we see any recording or if we think that we're recording, then you won't be able to take the test and you'll be asked to leave, okay? Right. That was the response she got, right. Because not only are you addressing the driver, you didn't address the passenger who is an adult who was recording in the first place. But at this point, I'm thinking, how are they making this phone in my hand such a big deal that, but there's no signs. There's no signs. And to eradicate the issue, all the guy all he was doing was scanning the QR codes had to say was, okay, put your hazards on, follow the codes round, And please, no recording, as it's a no photography area or process. I don't think that would have took 10 minutes. That's literally what, 20 seconds to add that little bit onto the end. Anyway, so we carried on into the test centre, pulled up, and the gentleman come out and asked how many test kits we needed. We instructed 4. So he come back out with 4 test kits. And then he went through a quick tutorial to let us know how to carry out the kits and what to do if we needed help. We then proceeded back round into one of the bays which was instructed to park up in. Carrying out the test, I had 2 children next to me. I had to do one child first, put all his things away. Do another child, put all his things away. Sorry, I've got hiccups now. Put all his things away. So as I've done the second child, he's a lot younger. He was 6. He is 6, should I say. I said was 6 like he turned 7 today, but yeah, he was 6. He is 6 years old. When doing his tonsils, he couldn't hold it for the 10 seconds, so he ended up being sick. We put the hazard lights on, and the gentleman came over and asked what the problem was, and we just asked if we could have another swab because he'd been sick. He brought back the swab, and I was able to carry it out. I just did it less time on the tonsils and more up both nostrils, and then that was done. So what I did was each pack I took out, because you have a registration card if you haven't got a QR code of your own. So took out the registration card, filled out the name, stuck one of the labels on the card, and then you have a test receipt card which you then have to take one of the sticky labels off from the packet and stick onto that also whilst writing your name. So I did them 2 things. Then I got the swab out, swabbed, put it in the vial, snapped it off, tightened the vial, put everything back into the plastic bag. So done the 2 children, and then it was down to my test to be carried out. So again, as I've just said, I did the registration card, filled out my name, did my test receipt card, filled out my name, and stuck a label onto there. Luckily enough, I didn't stick one on the registration card straight away. I thought, okay, I'll do that in a second. So as I was screwing back on the lid of my vial, I noticed that the barcode for that one didn't match up to the ones that were was on my card or on the bag. So when you got the bag, there was already 2 labels pre-stuck on. One was on the bag itself, and one was on the vial inside the bag itself, and that's what they had already done. So that was essentially to save time for us in doing all that in our car, and then it will enable the process to go a lot quicker and smoother. So yeah, my vial code didn't match up to my card ones, and as cautious as I was being, and as attention to detail and slow I was doing stuff in an orderly manner, I thought, right, how have I messed this up? So I've gone to check through all 4 of the bags, despite the first bag being at the front of the car in the driver's section and being there the whole time, so it never came back. So I checked through all 4 of the bags 3 times. I did that 3 times over. Took everything out, put them back in, ensured all the codes matched up. And then the other adult in the car did the same thing. So altogether, we did the tests 4 times. We checked over the bags 4 times before putting on the hazard lights, which indicates that the car's got an issue and one of the stewards needs to come over. So the gentleman came over, bearing in mind this gentleman had a face like he did not want to be there. He did not. I don't know who told him and said, listen, you've got to come to work. Don't furlong, don't sit at home, come and stand in this car park and help get these test customers through. Okay, thank you, bye. No, I don't know who told him that, but I should have told him that. I don't know why he got out of his bed that morning and came to work, because he looked fed up. He looked so fed up. So we was then explaining to him of the mistake we'd come across, and he was like, no, it's in there somewhere. It's in one of the bags. You lot have mixed them up. we said, boss, listen, we've gone through it 4 times. To make him feel or to see what we've just done, we went through it again. I said, look, this is 1 bag, this is 1 bag, this is 1 bag. He's like, no, it must be in there somewhere. That's impossible, he says. I said, it's not impossible because look. So I've put the vial at the glass and I've showed him the 3 cards I had and the driver showed him his card. I said, look, this barcode number does not match any of the barcodes on these cards. And that's the only barcode number in the car. The rest in the bags match up. So he's like, oh, right, okay. It's like, well, just stick that spare barcode that I had, that I was meant to put on my registration card, over the vial. I said, over the vial? So looking back at it now, I'm so glad that in that moment, I thought, I did not follow his instruction, just stick my correct barcode over that barcode. Because if this mistake is happening now, I dread to think what would happen once these go to the test centre and someone deliberately or mistakenly takes off my correct barcode and starts scanning the one underneath. That will then send the results, possibly, it will potentially send the results of my test to whoever's barcode number that was. Now, I didn't do that. So I unpeeled, and that's why I have the barcode to show you, because I ended up unpeeling the wrong barcode and sticking my correct one on because my swab was already in there. And then I just stuck that barcode on the back of the seat. And then continue to put everything back in. So after that stage, you're then meant to go towards the exit where someone checks over your bags to ensure that you've carried out the test correctly, as well as you've then put everything that needs to be in the bag correctly before sealing it, and then before sealing the mail bag that they give you in order for it to be sent off. That didn't happen. The lady at the the lady at the exit didn't look in any of our bags. She just said, have you carried out the test? We said, yeah. She said, okay, great. I just need your QR code. I said, okay. And then if you seal 1 by 1, I'll give you a bag. And then you just pop 1 bag into each bag and then seal that bag shut for me. I said, yeah, that's fine, okay. And then at this point, we didn't mention what we just witnessed in the car park because we had an issue with the QR code. Now, if you've been on the site or if you've heard or someone's been, it's quite difficult to even get one of these appointments. The website is very complicated. There's loads of links, big clicks here, there. And you have to go through here in order just to get it. So we couldn't allocate the QR code, and we couldn't allocate it initially at the gate anyway. And the gentleman still was able to process us through. So that was a good, literally like 3 minutes trying to explain we can't find the QR code. Here's the phone, how do we get this QR code up? And then eventually that happened. So after being like 3-4 minutes speaking about this QR code, I just wanted to seal the bags and just go in, because at this point I was just like, I am done for today. Like, I'm just done. Like, she didn't know, it seemed like she didn't know how to get the QR code. We didn't know how to get the QR code. So everyone was just like, how do we get this QR code that you so desperately need? So yeah, just as the manager, she had actually called a manager to come over. Just as he came over, was able to find the QR code by clicking on the actual birth date of your information online. So if you're out there and you don't have to find your QR code, just click on I think it was the date of birth. Like, if you just click on the date of birth itself of your information, the QR code comes up, or click on something that takes you to your QR code. So it's not like the normal QR codes that you get all your information, you get a QR code at the bottom. No, they didn't make it that simple. They wanted to make it difficult for us, okay? So it's somewhere where you click something else and then it pops up, hopefully. So yeah, we'd sent them all off, and then we ended up heading home. So yeah, and that was the end of our ordeal. But the fact of it being such a pandemic, and we have been delaying this test because the other adult in the house is a first response officer, so they have been one of the first people to get these, for them to roll out the test in order for people to get them done. It just seems so, I would think and I would have hoped that this major part of it would have been down to the fine detail, like everyone that was working around this area would be on point and triple checking the things in the process to ensure that mistakes like this can't be made. In regards to the barcode, it could be a domino effect. I hope that the person whose QR code this is, no, not QR code, whose barcode this is, realised what I realised and changed over the vial barcode with their spare one that they should have had. Just to show you what I mean with the mistake of the barcode, I have here the test receipt cards, which everyone will be given in order for you to have a receipt that you've got the test done and to keep a record that you've had it done. Okay, so if you have a QR code, you won't get one of these, but these are the ones for the people that have to manually register online. And this is a test registration card, and down below here, after you've put your name there, you stick your barcode here. This one is mine, and that's why I haven't got a barcode, because it did go onto the vial. I should have one there, but I haven't, which is not a problem, because the same code and barcode is also stuck on your test receipt card. So just to quickly show you that the numbers, the 4 people that we had in our house, I'm gonna have to do this at an angle because it has our names on it, and I'm not really trying to put my children's name on the internet like that. So yeah, I've got it here. So this is the card. It's 48, as you can see there, ends in 21 there, it ends in 43 there, and it ends in 24 there. So 4321 2148, yeah, there. Now this is the sticky, this is the barcode that I received on my vial. That ends in 458. 458. So 58, yeah? 58 48 21 43 24 58. None of this barcode doesn't match any. And these codes were correct with the other vials in their packets, as well as on their registration cards. So this one is all by itself. Didn't know where it came from, don't know who it belongs to. So yeah, these are the 4 cards. As I said, there was 4 people in the car that got the test carried out. But you don't know where it's gone. Like, you just don't know what has happened or what has come from this. I did contact someone, the helpline, and explained, listen, we had a barcode issue at the place. I'm still waiting on a phone call back. I'll probably give them a ring tomorrow to see what's happening with that, because ideally I wanted to get it sorted on the day to halt any more tests, or to get someone to go over there and say, listen, double check what you're actually giving out to the people, as a mistake has happened. But yeah, you just don't know. You just do not know. You just do not know. And we all can be thankful and grateful that we're all witnessing, to some degree this time. There's been a lot of loss. There's been a lot of high numbers of fatalities and deaths. And it has been a very, very hard time for anyone, for everyone, sorry. So we've always got a hold in there. This time will be a very, very distant memory. hopefully before long, and we'll all get back to our normal lives and have fun. And just, especially for me, it's just ending these lockdowns so that we can be around our loved ones, our nearest and dearest, and just be having a good time. But for now, I'm going to end this video. I hope it has helped you. If you haven't got it done already, be very, very cautious and vigilant. If you've had it done already and you believe there could have been a mistake, I would recommend you just reaching out to them and letting them know that you'd like to probably take a retest, and ensuring that you are checking what I've explained in this video. So yeah, thank you guys for clicking on this video and watching it to the very end. Again, it's your girl Tyrah-Bella. If you want to subscribe to my page, please do. If you want to comment, I will comment back to any questions that you may have. And please share this video. If you want to hit the notification bell, I'll be posting other videos in regards to this, updates on what happens and what comes from this. I will also be posting other videos that I have at the moment. So yeah, follow me and you will not be disappointed. Bye.